Hey guys, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be trying out the brand new Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. So this is a no makeup eye and cheek essential palette. I honestly thought this was going to be a little bit bigger considering the fact that we have this trio contour bronzer situation going on, but this is so small. Like in terms of packaging, it's smaller than the Glam face palette. And it's definitely much more small than like her eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna play with it. We're gonna see, you know, can we really get our brushes in here and all of that. So if you're into these types of videos from me, then definitely give this video a big thumbs up. It would mean so much to me. And don't forget to subscribe. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a nice close-up shot of everything, and then I'm going to just swatch everything on the back of my hand and my arm just so I can get like a feel of what the colors look like on my skin tone. Okay, you guys, there's 4 swatches on the back of my hand. You're probably thinking, there's only 3 colors, why is there 4? Well, I swatched this second, well, the middle shade after the lightest shade, and I didn't actually really see this shade, so I thought that this was the first shade, and I put it down here because the light shade is so light that I just didn't even notice it. So there is 2 swatches of the middle shade. This is the deepest shade. I want you to know that I am light. I am very light skinned, and this is what the colors are looking like. Not impressed with the range that I felt was promised. Okay, this is so cool toned and light. We'll have to really try to get that to show up on my skin, but I would have to say the only thing that I'm loving is how buttery soft these are, and I hope that they blend well. I might even have to like mix the colors, I'm not sure, but this is where we are with the bronzers. I'm not very impressed. Okay, so swatch placement, not the best. But here are the 2 blush shades. I went over the light one twice and this darker pink once. So they actually do have a great pigmentation to them, and I'm very excited about this light colored pink color. So I have no complaints about the blushes so far. The light pink really does pack a punch though, so I'm very, very excited about that one. Okay, so here are the eyeshadow swatches. Everything is a brand new formula besides this one. This is the wet one that she came out with. And honestly, super impressed with the shadows. Can I create a whole look with these? Even though these are meant for like standalone shades or whatnot, I do want to see how I can pair them together as well as use the contour shades and see if they work as eyeshadows and stuff. But let's just get started. I want to start out by using these bronzer shades because that's what I am most concerned about. So we're gonna start with that first. So just using a blinged brush, you can use code Connor for 20% off. I'm gonna take this light bronze because this is gonna be the easiest one because I can just pop it on the edge. A lot of color comes off. Okay, now let's hope for the best. Okay, so I am seeing a bit of color to the skin with, I guess this is the contour shade since it's so cool, but it's not enough. Can I build this up? I'm not gonna knock it. I'm just gonna put as much powder as I can on the cheek to see if I can build. Not knocking the powder off. Okay, I'm definitely seeing it when I'm comparing the 2, but I think it's too light for it to really pack a punch. So I'm gonna go in with the middle shade. Honestly, I kind of thought that this was gonna be a little bit harder to do, but when you have like a brush like this, where the center is very like tipped in a way, I can get only in that color. So for that reason, I am thankful for this one. Is showing a little bit more pigment Okay, we're getting some color here. Now you have to keep in mind the palette name is Hyper Natural for a no makeup look for your eyes and your cheeks. Now that I've done that on this side, I want to take the two colors, mix them together, and see what color we can mix over here. You know, a little mix and match moment, and hope that this could be a good combo to go with. Because I feel like that middle shade is a little too warm, and the cool tone can really just kind of neutralize that. Okay, that did work a whole lot better mixing them. But this time I'm going to mix the two and add a little bit of the deeper shade. And I'm going to see what, ooh, I'm going to see what this does up here, which you got to be careful because I've already like messed up right here with that darker shade. So that darker shade does pack a punch and gives you what you're looking for, but you got to be careful with it. You got to be careful. So I feel like the darker shade mixed in would best be applied first a little bit and then knock it, and then doing that and then applying that to your jawline for that sculpted, I don't have a double chin look. And of course, I'm not a professional. I don't technically have my makeup certification yet, which if you haven't seen my online makeup academy video, you definitely should, because I've been doing the online makeup academy school, which has been really great. Just blend, blend, blend. I feel like I really just have like products stuck here. I don't see it in person, but I can see it on the camera, and it's bothering me. Oh well, my hair will fall over it anyways. Nobody will see it. Okay. Great. Bronzing is done for the most part. Let's take like an eyeshadow brush and take some of the cool toned bronzer and see about doing a little bit of a nose contour, how it will show up there. And I'm not knocking the powder because this is such a light shade. Okay, the light shade as like a nose contour is great. This, it definitely packs more of a punch directly on the nose than it does like on the cheeks. Now I want to take the blushes. I'm going to start with the deepest blush, and I'm going to apply it to the back portion of my cheeks. Okay, this really does layer and add something special to the bronze. It doesn't really, no product comes off once you put it on the brush. So definitely go in super light and build the color up because it's not knocking off the brush. Now I'm going to take the lighter shade. Okay, the lighter shade is definitely much more powdery, and I'm going to apply it to the apples of my cheek. And I'm taking it on the other side of the brush where I didn't have that darker color. I'm just popping it on and bringing it back. Which I'm into these color blushes, and this is actually so pretty. I feel like I can layer this and be very happy with it. Okay, so far my favorite thing is this pink blush. If I was to ever need to use this palette for anything, it would be the blush. Honestly, the bronzer colors aren't horrible either. Are they like an everyday kind of grab? No, but they're not horrible. You just gotta be really careful. God, this pink is really pretty. It's super soft, but punchy at the same time. Okay, very impressed with that. Okay, so now on with the eyeshadows. I know it's a new formula. I'm not sure if a brush is the best way to apply it. I know that they're very finger friendly, but I just want to try and take like this shade Casual and just kind of see what I can do. It definitely goes on the brush very good. And I'm just gonna use this like in the outer portion of the eye. Ooh, and she's actually quite pigmented. And she blends out very nicely too. Ooh, wait, this is actually really pretty. I'm using a blinged brush. It's like an angled one, but it's kind of like more dense. So yeah, the shade Casual is actually really pretty. It looks almost like, can I say it has a blurring effect? I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of looks like my natural skin. Like it doesn't look like I have an eyeshadow on, which I don't know if that was the whole point in this new formula, but this looks like runway model, like, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm gonna apply it over here on the on the outer portion of this eye. I don't know, it just, I don't know. This looks professional. This looks expensive. Just based off of applying these with a brush, I really hope that she continues this formula. This is actually really nice. And I'm only barely even putting my brush in the color, and it's just picking up. Nothing's coming off because it's not powdery, but it blends like a cream, but a very blendable cream, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. Now to use more color, because right now we're going kind of nighttime, and because I just want to use as much as I can, I want to take Statement, which is this darker shade, like a darker brown, using the same brush and just keeping it to like the tip. And I want to kind of line the lash line with it, just where my fake lashes are. And I'm just going over it super softly, just so I can see what this looks like on the eye. And it looks really pretty. Okay, love this formula. Love that for us. It just goes on and it just stays where I put it. And unlike a powder, it's not like fluffing away to like other areas where my brush isn't directly applying the color. Now this eye's a little bit harder because it's much smaller than the other eye, but that's a good like contourish eye contour shade, not really contouring anything on the eye. Now just to keep adding colors using the same brush, kind of giving it a wipe. I'm going to take the Everyday shade here because I just want to see what this looks like all over the eye. These are definitely 1, 2, 3 goes. Like this looks so good. Like this dark shade is perfect, and it's not like you're using a dark shade and then you like mess up and it gets away from you. Like this is super user friendly. Just going to apply that in the middle. See, the way it just glides on so easily, and I'm barely even putting product on the brush. Like I'm barely just, that's it. And it's going on. This is such an impressive formula. Okay, you know, I kind of had my doubts about this palette, especially with the size, but like, I'm impressed. I'm actually really impressed. Okay, now I want to take Soft, which is this really pretty, like rosy kind of pink color. And see, nothing's like coming off. I want to apply this kind of on that shade and bringing it into my inner corner. And then taking it up and blending it into that first initial dark shade. Oh, I forgot to even use the contour colors for an eye look. You actually don't need it. If you want a one and done finger situation, this is a great palette, but if you wanted to like do a little bit of everything, you really can. It's a lot more versatile than I initially thought. Like you can actually take this pink shade and apply it all over the lid, this in the outer corner, and like this soft pink on the outer portion and this on the inner portion. And then same with the contour shades. This can be like overall transition crease colors, and then these darker shades, and then like this dreamy shade could be, you know, the outer and then the inner portion. But yeah, this is actually quite beautiful. And it doesn't look like I even have, I don't know, it's like I dyed my eyes. Like it doesn't look like product on the eye. Does that make sense to you? Probably not. Okay, same brush. I'm literally using the same brush for everything because it's like once you kind of wipe it, it rubs off. It doesn't really stain so much. I'm going to take Dreamy, the wet one, which probably isn't the best idea on a brush. Kind of glittery. Let's see. Yep, this one you're going to have a little fallout from the glitter. And I'm just going to, oh god, I'm barely pressing this. Oh, this is so pretty. And I am going to just apply right on the inner portion, barely anything, tapping it off. And then I'm bringing it down into the inner corner. And it really opens up and brightens the eye, which I'm going to give you guys a close-up here in a minute. Oh man, this is beautiful. I really thought I was going to hate this. I really did. Because I thought these were going to be like literal shimmers. The only one that's like a literal shimmer is the shade Dreamy, which I'm using right now. Okay, let's zoom you in. Actually, the cheek looks really good now. The cheeks actually look really juicy. Wow, okay, hold on. I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention for a long time or what, but I don't know. It looks good. Okay, to tie the whole look in together, I'm going to take Casual, which is just this dark shade that we used the first time, a little bit on the brush, and then I'm going to put it right on my lower lash line to just kind of tie it all together and smoke it a little bit. Hopefully this is looking good because I am not able to look. Oh, it does. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Same thing. And it's not a powder. I don't know what it is, but it's not, you know, creating fallout. It's not flicking any color anywhere I don't want it to go. Okay, now I'm going to take Soft, the pink shade. I'm going to finish out my lower lash line. Okay, so all I need to do is add mascara and this look is ready to go. It almost doesn't even seem super natural. I almost feel like the contour shades have, I don't know, deepened since I used it. I'm probably making this up. It's probably just my eyes like adjusting, but it all looks so good. And I feel like that pink shade, the darker pink shade back here really helped as well. I don't think this is everybody friendly. I feel like this is very much on the go, natural, like I don't have a lot of time to get ready for work or do an event or something like that, like at the school for your child or something. This is a good, quick little like everything in one palette. I do think that I'm going to be using this honestly quite often because it's just so easy to do and it looks so good. Like this is such a beautiful dark shade, and for me having blue eyes, I don't know, it just looks really good for me. So I actually really like this. I'm really happy with it. Okay. Anyways, that is it. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Is this overhyped? Is this impressive? Is it not worth the hype? I think that's based off of your personal preference. If I didn't review makeup or I wasn't aware of Natasha Denona's formulas and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't have picked this up because like this bottom row of shades just seem really intense and not everybody friendly because they're all so dark looking, but they're really not. They're really not. This can be very during the day, and it also can be transitioned into evening. If you wanted to just add a little bit more and go out for the night just to touch up. And the contour is definitely a little intimidating. Do I think it can work? I do think it can work, but you're going to have to be very careful with it. Being a YouTuber and reviewing makeup, knowing their formula, I'm very happy I picked this up to review. For my personal preference, I do see myself reaching for this a lot. I am a Natasha Denona lover. Love the eyeshadows, love her lipsticks, but this new like eye formula I'm very impressed with. So anyways, that is everything. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Thoughts and opinions down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.